If you're looking to go to a T14 law school, you should probably know what kind of undergraduate GPA you'll need. For those who don't know, law school admissions is based primarily on your LSAT score and your undergraduate GPA. While law school admission officers can see your master's degree GPA, that's not factored in their calculations when determining your chances for success. It's all about LSAT score and undergraduate GPA, with soft factors playing a more minor role. Soft factors being things like your application essays, diversity statement, optional essays, personal statement, resume, letters of rec, interviews and such, but it's mostly about the numbers. So in this video, I'll share with you the GPA medians at the T14 law schools. For those who don't know, a median, to break it down simply, means that half of applicants who were accepted and chose to go got GPAs above that number, and half of those who were accepted and chose to go had GPAs below that number. To maximize your odds of getting in, you want a GPA above the medians to maximize your odds of success, since law schools want to, of course, raise their medians over time to raise their status in the ever-important US News Law School rankings. So without further ado, here are the GPA medians at the T14 law schools. At Stanford, it's a 3.92, Yale 3.96, UChicago 3.91, UPenn 3.92, Duke 3.87, Harvard 3.93, NYU 3.9, Columbia 3.87, Virginia 3.94, Northwestern 3.89, UC Berkeley 3.87, UMich 3.85, Cornell 3.9, and UCLA 3.92. So as you can see, all of these were above 3.8, with Yale as high as 3.96. Now, if your GPA is below these numbers, if you're below a 3.8, don't worry. LSAT score weighs much more heavily in the law school admissions process than does undergraduate GPA. In fact, nearly every single law school weighs LSAT more heavily. So if your GPA is relatively lower, yes, you can make up for it with a relatively higher LSAT score. This would make you a so-called splitter applicant, meaning relatively low GPA, relatively higher LSAT. Totally fine. Law schools love splitters, and in fact, the longer you've been out of undergrad, the less your undergraduate GPA matters, and the more your LSAT score matters, namely because your LSAT's more recent. So if your undergraduate GPA was earned around the age of 20, but you're now 25 years old or 30 years old or older, that's a great way to discount the importance of your GPA and increase the importance of your LSAT score. If you're still an undergrad, of course, this may give you some reason to want to take classes that will get you a relatively higher GPA. Grade inflation is real, and law schools know this, which is why they discount GPA to some extent. But of course, numbers are still numbers. US News is still US News, and so they do consider undergraduate GPA when making their admissions calculations. In some cases, you can even retake a class where you had a low grade for a higher grade, and the higher grade is the one that will count on your transcript when LSAC is creating your LSAC calculated GPA, which can differ in some cases from the GPA that your undergraduate institution puts on your transcript. Again, important to consider that master's degree GPAs do not count in these calculations. It is only your undergraduate level classes that will count for getting factored in here. Now you may be wondering, what are the LSAT score medians at the T14 law schools? What kind of LSAT score should you shoot for if you're not making the cut with your undergraduate GPA? So in just a moment, I'll share the LSAT score medians at the T14 law schools as well. But before I do, a little bit about LSAT Unplugged. Our goal is to help you get the highest LSAT score possible, especially if you've got a relatively lower GPA, since LSAT score makes the biggest impact in your admissions odds. And our goal, of course, is not just to get you the LSAT score, but to get you into the law school of your dreams. So to that end, we offer live classes via Zoom, on-demand video courses, small group coaching, and one-on-one coaching. Check out the links below this video to find out more and to book a call with me and my team. We'd love to help you out. And so without further ado, here are the LSAT score medians at the T14 law schools. We've got Stanford with a 173, Yale with a 175, UChicago with a 173, UPenn with a 172, Duke with a 170, Harvard 174, NYU 172, Columbia 173, Virginia 171, Northwestern 171, UC Berkeley 170, UMich 171, Cornell 172, and UCLA 170. So again, if your GPA is not making the cut for you, if you're not up to snuff on that one, it's okay. Your LSAT score can make a big difference. And it is somewhat odd to think of it that your undergraduate GPA is earned over the course of 4 years or so, but your LSAT score could be just one day and weigh more heavily in the admissions process. All the more reason, of course, to aim for the highest LSAT score possible. If you'd like my help again, check out the links below the video to book a call with me and my team. We'd love to help you out. And if you found this video helpful, please do me a favor and share it with someone who needs to see it. Maybe you know someone aiming for a T14 Law School who doesn't really know what kind of GPA is required or what kind of LSAT score is required to make the cut. And this video could make a big difference in helping them get the additional motivation to aim for the highest LSAT score possible. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.